What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit. I'm here with Chrono JJ. This is Age of Mythology. It's action. It's the third game we've seen of these two players, and they're playing different gods now. I think I'm with JJ.
You are. I was waiting for an opening to say it would be nice if you shared your screen with me so I could see it.
Well, look, some things are possible in this world. Some
Or
things
maybe this is a blindfolded cast kind of a thing.
I think it's a. I think. Well, look, just be happy with what you get. It's we're a professional stream here, but some of us are more professional than others. It's just impossible.
Makes you one with the people.
I'm just full struggle town. We do have Jorge El Curioso, also known as Mariano, playing as Loki. His opponent is now not playing as Uranus and playing as maybe a more well-known god for himself. His name is Eric, the Zeus main, playing as Hades.
Mm-hmm. Playing as Hades. All right. Let's get a nice close game. Hades versus the old Loki.
Wow. This is competitive Mecha Random as well, so you guys might be looking at this map going, what is this map?
It's marshy looking.
Yeah,
it's got not marsh.
It's got marsh trees. It's got, I'm not even sure. Well, this is marsh land here, but it seems like the what do you call it? The terrain is changing all over the place. This terrain here looks like almost like the grass A terrain.
Yeah, it's more solid in the middle. The edge seems more marshy. I would not build my houses on the edge.
Right. Oh, this is Frozen Waste spawn, except instead of having the ice, the unbuildable terrain on the outside, you can build on the terrain. And also, instead of gold mines only being around the outside of the map, there's also gold in the center of the map, which I absolutely love. I love this idea as a map. Spawn.
No backtown centers either.
Yeah, no backtown centers.
Kind of what happens when you spawn in the corner of the map.
Yeah, it's very rare to have a backtown center if you're in the corner. Is that right?
Yes. In fact, a lot of maps don't actually allow you to spawn in the corner. Maybe not a lot, but a lot. But some of them you cannot spawn in the corner.
Yeah. So completely changing the subject, but not quite. We're still talking about the map, but this map here, we've actually seen a one. It seems like a one hunt spawn. Now, if I actually hit M and we take a look, it looks like there may be another spawn over here. It's just cows, wolf.
Wow.
So it's wolf. Incredibly low hunt spawn. Competitive Mega Random. Now, competitive Mega Random has a minimum hunt that can spawn, and that is 1,000 food. And it also has a maximum hunt of basically infinite food, it seems.
Yeah, well,
there is a maximum hunt. I don't know what it is.
But this is certainly towards the very, I mean, as far as probability, this is kind of a very uncommon probability with this little of hunt.
Yeah, I think my understanding of this map is there's something like 7 or 8 different hunt spawns or possibilities.
Right, and they all have a chance of spawning.
Yeah.
Looks like they all rolled nunsies.
That's right.
Except for one.
But this will make for an interesting game because there will be nothing for either player to really fight for in the center of the map. So what does that mean the strategy should be for Loki here? What does it mean for Hades? Because Loki not really being able to fight for anything in the middle of the map is both a blessing and a curse. So we'll see. We'll see how it's going to.
If you're looking for a timing, the only timing you could really try to hit then is a gold mine.
Yep. And look at how beautiful this town center is to defend that gold. This is normally I'd say against Loki, going for a second town center is kind of suicide. But given the amount of cows that is a lot of cows. Was that 20? 22 cows.
22 and more coming.
14 cows here for the Loki. But because there's so many cows here, this town center plus sentinels plus potentially a semi-fast or a fast heroic into pacifist might be enough to just say that gold mine is safe.
Yeah. You also get sentinels, yeah, and they will help protect. And
Exactly. Will he get that cow? Will he get the cow? No, he doesn't see the cow. He doesn't want the cow. It's
no,
fine.
don't let that poor old Bessie lost in the pasture.
And we are indeed seeing the town center going up. We've got the Ajax in. We've got a lot of villagers coming over here.
Not going to stop it. Maybe try to slow it down.
The big thing here is that Eric needs to somehow, well, either he needs to just send these villagers back to his main base after he gets the town center up, or he needs to send cows from his main base over to here, which can get intercepted. So we'll see if he's going to make that move anytime soon or not.
Because you sure don't want that many just sitting on wood. That's
No.
kinda...
Well,
the relic monkeys. Speaking of Jorge El Curioso, he's got 3 Curious Georges on his team.
classic.
Yeah, see, look at him.
And this is why we have JJ around. This is so good.
The stuff like that really sometimes entertains me more than the game itself. I'm not gonna lie.
For sure. Oh no.
Now half those vills are wandering back to Eric's base, and he's farming when he has 20,000 cows.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put my head in my hand. One of the little known facts about resource gather rate, and I say little known sarcastically, is that farms gather at the slowest rate. They also cost resources to build. Cows with husbandry nearly gather. They're about 0.3, no 0.2 maybe with husbandry behind hunting without hunting dogs. Is that right? Or maybe even less than that. It's actually quite close. And then you also have to put in the fact that you don't have any villager walking time after your villagers pop out of the town center. So it's really efficient to eat your cows.
Eric has walking time because they're trying to figure out how to get to the cows around all the other cows.
Imagine if you just sent 9 of them over to the other town center. And
Watch, he'll do that later, and they'll get intercepted.
Yeah,
by the relic monkeys.
That's right. That's right. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting right now because the question was always going to be what. Well, obviously, Hades here seems like the best players to grab that town center. What do you do for Loki? There was 2 options here. He could have gone for a fast second town center here, but because he hasn't, he might be looking to grab it soon. But then it looks like he is. Because I would say that this town center is suboptimal. I don't like this town center, kind of like at all.
He's tricking you.
Maybe he's listening.
Oh no, he's grabbing it.
He's listening. No, the reason I don't like this town center is basically because it allows the Hades player to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So,
like, you could probably, maybe I'm, showing my age and possible dementia here, but could you, as the Loki, go just 1 town center all the way to Mythic? Yeah.
I am thinking exactly that as the best strategy. With this many cows, you would have to
even tier.
Yeah, you could go 2. You could go hell. I don't actually think it matters. I think both would be a really strong move here. But because there's so many cows here, heroic age is a guaranteed possibility.
Yeah.
But
Mythic
you can
age
also
is
throw a market down, buy food, hit Mythic. Life's going to be tough for the Hades player. But we don't get to see that, and we do see the town center.
I guess the one thing with that town center is, you can't just pop out dwarves out of that and use all that gold that they get to buy your way to Mythic Age.
Yeah, it tends to be that the difficulty...
But it'll be slower.
Yeah, the difficulty is that you have to actually stop producing units. And he's not doing that. Otherwise, he's going to eat all of these cows, have to start farming, and he's going to be stuck in this classical age for ages, floating 2,000 gold.
Because it's great to build an army, but if you're not going to do anything with the army, what's the point of having it?
This is always what I say. It's like there's got to be some sort of a flow chart going in your head of why you're doing a thing. Like why you building an army. Do I need it to defend? Can I attack with it? Are these questions you need to ask yourself? And if both answers are no, which it seems like they are right now, then why are you building the army? For what purpose?
Yeah. It's a flow chart.
Well, that's what it is. It's just a flow chart. Come on, it's a flow. That's what it is. What is it? If it's not a flow chart, what is it? Laughing at me.
Just thinking of the internal flow chart that you're trying to figure out while you're playing.
See, this is the thing.
RTS
you never need to figure out anything. You figure it out beforehand. This is what theory crafting's all about.
And then you get like me and you forget everything you thought about before the game.
So sad. Well, that's why that's why the Mister goes into tournaments with a notebook. You think it's just build orders down? No. He's just looking at his flowchart.
Don't get housed.
He's just got written on in his notebook. Are you 100 of 100 population? Yes. Build a house. No. Don't build a house.
Yeah, this army looks real impressive, but it's really looking for something to do.
This is the most dangerous thing you can do against a Hades player.
Kill the temple and be faced with like 50 shades at the end of the game.
Yeah. If Eric doesn't rebuild the temple, which he can choose to rebuild it, it's totally fine. But he could also choose to not rebuild it and build it at a point at which he's basically lost, and then spawn a billion Hades shades and not be lost.
Yeah.
Now, this is actually a conversation that I have been having internally with my own self as to what to do about this temple thing. Obviously, if you could change it so that the temple does not produce any Hades shades while it's dead, that's the best thing.
Unfortunately,
we're not able to do that.
I don't think that can be changed. Yeah, I think it's kind of hard coded into the game.
So the question is, in tournament, do we say something like, if more than 5 Hades shades spawns out of your temple when it rebuilds, you have to delete them? Is that something that is allowed to be said? Or do you just say, lol?
I mean, you're still losing out on their benefit by not having them come when they initially die. I think some of the outcry about something like that is maybe a bit over. There's maybe not quite as much of a reason to be all upset about that then. Because, I mean, yeah, you can get a lot of population, but shades, I mean, if your opponent is in a position where they're still winning and then they get 30 shades to come out of their temple, you were probably losing anyway.
That could be correct. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you make whatever rules you want, Boitster.
That's totally true. Everyone play 21 games with no break every single day. That's the new rule.
All right, here comes, what is he, Bragi? Yep, Bragi versus Apollo.
There's no surprises about the Bragi. The question is,
no.
What do you do with the underworld tier? There's actually 2 options. One is obviously to attack your opponent, but the other one is to just save everything when Flaming Weapons gets cast. You just click the underworld and hide. Yeah, run away.
Hide.
Both are good options.
Hider.
We'll have to wait and see.
I kind of like that hiding into a I will attack you kind of a play. Like,
yes.
do the underworld from your town center to the front town center of Jorge, and then just kind of trade town centers.
Are we seeing the underworld getting used now? No. He's just going to mark it and go heroic mythic age, right?
Yeah. Earthquake, underworld, into a win?
Could be. I mean, I think if I was playing as Loki here, I would be trying to build all my buildings on this town center, this town center.
This attack is important.
Here we go. Big flaming weapons. Restoration. Hoplites aren't here just yet.
Where are they? Oh, there they are.
Eric's got so many resources in the bank. He's just going to be able to go into like mass Hypaspist.
These buildings are so strong though. Like,
yeah, this doesn't seem like it. Like, even though Jorge right now, he's got 130 population, he's got 100 favor, he's going hell. It doesn't seem like this attack is really doing all that much to Eric.
Well, Eric kind of missed. He should have moved all those units that were on the left side of his town center to the right side for the garrison, and he lost a lot of archers there. But now we do have the myth unit spam. That's a little scary.
Definitely scary. He's got his Achilles coming out. He's got his Chiron coming out. There's no fortress down just yet, which is a really, really big thing. Big important thing to have in this matchup in Greek versus Loki, because you just don't want to be training those heroes out of your town center at all. You want to be getting them. You want to be getting villagers, basically.
Well, the Hades town centers, that extra 700 whatever it is hit points. It's tough to get through. And now we no longer have a red army.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's going to be coming very shortly is going to be 3 or 4 fire giants. And the other thing that's happening up this top side is that now Jorge is using his... I'm not going to call him Jorge. Mariano is using his time to secure this top town center. And even if it is Hades and he's Greek versus Norse, in the late game, 4 town centers wins against 2 town centers in nearly every single matchup. And we'll have to see if Eric's got any intention of moving over there to grab that. The other thing is that Eric still has got his underworld.
Right. I think Eric's best play here is to stay defensive, use Earthquake on one town center, and maybe Underworld the gold mines or something.
Yeah.
And just keep it at a 2-2 maybe town center game.
Yeah, there is a huge win condition here for Mariano in this game as well, because this gold mine's only got 3,500 gold left in it. So long as Mariano continues to trade units well and continues to force Eric to spend units on army here, he's going to be able to get a gold star very easily.
That next gold mine is poor lady.
She's
it's not where she wants to be. Oh, the monkeys, yeah.
The monkey's coming in handy here.
Yeah, look at that. Curious George. Oh, here's an underworld. Where is it taking him? Huh?
I got no idea. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's because it's dumb. You looked at all the places that you would have normally seen the underworld go, and that's why you didn't see it.
I understand what he's trying to do here. He wants to get over onto that town center, but he's just been he's very tough.
Oh man. Oh well. Decisions were made, and sometimes they work out, and sometimes they don't.
Now the fire giant's coming. They're so strong. Eric has to tap out.
That's it. GG.
That was a really, really interesting game there. Basically, my entire thought process about what was going to happen was incorrect.
Yeah, I mean, Eric made it hard on himself by starting farms when he had 20 cows at his town center.
Yeah, and both players creating army early means, yes, they're both safe, but both players can't find any advantage by not building an army and teching first, if that makes any sense. For example, had Eric, instead of building hoplites first, went to the heroic age, then he would have been able to get Hypaspists first. And the Hursa flaming weapons attack wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah.
Then he would have been able to get Mythic Age. He would have been able to get Perseus to deal with fire giants. Everything would have been a lot easier. I think, yeah, but...
Oh, well. Questions
arise here. Is 2 town center play here from Hades ever a good option against Loki? Maybe not. Gonna have to keep watching and seeing what we find out in Champions League, because this is a really, really instructive game for sure. I mean, the other thing to note...
Well played by Mariano.
The other thing to note here, so resources are really close up until a point.
Yeah. Lost a decent number of villagers there.
Well, that's all.
Eric.
So yeah, so Eric's actually in front on villagers up until 13 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And he's equal on resources up until about 13 minutes or something. So you have to figure out how to utilize that to your advantage here, because Loki, obviously, if you're equal resources with Loki, Loki gets 3 myth units. So those are you're actually behind on resources against Loki. So you have to figure out how you're going to use your god power or god bonuses to give yourself an advantage. Anyways, GG.